So this is the fourth match in our 4v14 battle. So technically this is the last game. Callum is taking on Azyre. Azyre. I'm just gonna call him Azyre. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, guy. But yeah, I had to take a narrow victory in my match. Zane narrowly lost his, and Alexis had the same problem where she only narrowly lost hers. So these have been good games so far. Callum is using Metalborgs. And based on the matchup, I'm really glad that I went third, because if I had put Callum third, then he would have had to take on Link Joker. And Metalborgs kind of have a problem against Chaos Breaker, because they need certain units on the field, especially the way with Callum's build, in order to get their stuff going. Callum checks Sin Buster. And grade 2 ride. Sorry, I had to take a bite of something. Calls the rear guard. I honestly want to say it's ill-advised to call a rear guard that early, considering what he's up against. Checks for a grade 3 and gets it. I hope he wasn't misriding, because the double mulligan rule does exist. But even if he was before, he's not now, so it doesn't matter. Maybe he just wanted a better grade 3 than what he had. Or, could have been just changing his top deck, and you got a heal trigger. So no matter what he did with that situation and why he did it, everything works. Everything is for the best when you think your move's through. Grade 2 ride, Hell Chain Brawler Kotenka. I've actually never seen this unit before. That's why I had to put my mouse in front of it. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use the 10k vanilla brawler. It's not a bad idea. 10k vanillas in the Vanguard circle can really help save guard when you go first. He didn't go first, so that's not really the case. But it does change around what Callum is able to do on this turn, because he can't just call 9k grade 2s without boosts and go in. Not that Metalborgs really do that to begin with, but if he wanted to, he can't. So he's attacking 11k to the Vanguard with a rear. A trigger appears. Not a brawler trigger, so I'm guessing this is a really high critical deck. Because brawlers have two types of criticals on their own, so to see another one means that this probably is a 12 crit deck. And I can only believe that that was not a 2-pass, by the way. Or at least I don't... Was it a 2-pass? Yeah, it was a 2-pass. Okay. For some reason, I thought that the 10k guard was a no-pass. I don't know why. Grade 3 ride. He brings out Big Bang Knuckle Buster. The only cross ride in the Legion format, unless you go backwards, which is what Alexis's opponent did. It's one of the things now is that not a lot of people are really used to dealing with 13k units. And it takes a really big field adjustment to actually deal with that. 18 to the Vanguard. Callum probably won't guard. Actually, he should guard. And he uses the Quintet Wall. The reason why I said he should guard is because if he didn't guard, then he wasn't going to get Legion. Both of his units are 11k, so the two rears can't do anything. Actually, I take that back. Because he has a Big Bang Vanguard, Big Bang Slash Buster gets an extra 2k and is able to attack the Vanguard. So Callum is going to decide, do I 5k guard that, or do I just take it? I mean, he could either or. There's no wrong answer. He decides to take it. Heal trigger comes up. That would have been pretty nice in his hand. And Callum is dropping his hand and he's gonna Legion. He's returning heal, draw, crit, perfect guard. So here comes Sin Buster, attacking for 30k, and if it hits, he gets an extra draw and a restand. The only thing about this though is that Big Bang has the ability to deal with this because so that's 30k. Cannot guard with anything but a grade 0. So we know guards because he can't guard with anything but a grade 0. The second attack is only going to be for 20k though, to 16. It's going to give him an extra twin drive, but for all intents and purposes, it really shouldn't hit. Because he could 10k block to pass it. So he has no reason to let this hit. And if he does let it hit, then Callum gets another draw. He uses Quintet Wall, so he gets his Legion from it. Which, in my opinion, was kind of a misplay, because he didn't have to go that far. He lost a resource that he could use that he might need later. And the hand difference is amazing. Azyre is probably going to use Big Bang Knuckle Buster's ability if he has another Big Bang unit in hand to make one of his attacks to command Laurel. If that does happen, it actually is at the point where it doesn't mean anything, because the hand difference is incredible. Also, if he has Big Bang Knuckle Dragon in hand instead of Big Bang Knuckle Buster, he can actually get Cross Ride status from this, which will give him 13,000 for both turns, which would help a little for guarding the 30k attack, not much. Actually, for the 30k attack alone, it doesn't mean anything. When it means something is later. Oh, and he went straight to battle phase. He can't attack. He can't use the skill. He went 10k to the rear guard and Callum blocked it. He does that as a precautionary measure so that if for some reason he can block the Vanguard, that's still a 16k column and it still hits for a good number. For as long as his opponent isn't in Legion, that's a good thing. I mean, isn't in cross-ride status. Don't know why I said Legion. So this is 27 to the Vanguard. If it hits, then Big Bang Slash Dragon gets an extra 3k, which doesn't actually change the guard because he's going to get 2k on its own anyway. Now it changes the guard because he got a critical trigger. Callum absolutely has 10k guard to block this. He gained 3k, he's gaining 2k, and he gained 5k from the trigger, so it makes it 19. Yeah. In the end, it only needed 10k to block. So if Callum wants, he could literally just attack. No, he's gonna pump up his Vanguard first. So that means it's hitting for 24 on its own, which means overall it's gonna be 34. I'm sorry, 38, because it gains 4k for it gives 4k to each Vanguard. I forgot we're in the realm where cards do that now. So 38k can only guard with zeros. And he no guards. And a critical trigger appeared. Not only does that mean that he's going to take 2 damage instead of 1, but the next one is going to hit for 33. So it's going to be another 30k attack, and once again he can only guard with zeros. So this is 33k 2 critical. He can only guard with zeros. He can also use his intercepts. He got a critical last turn. So if he uses that, another one, and both his intercepts, he can 2 pass. He's debating about using the other intercept, but that is a 1 pass. That is extremely risky. Twin drive check. Critical trigger. Callum got it. The game is over unless Azyre double heals. And Azyre unfortunately has no one to blame for that but himself, because he could have used the other intercept to 2 pass. I have no idea why he chose not to. He must have really wanted that for the next turn. Good game. Good job. We have a tie, and we're either going to label this as a tie for the end, or we might do a tiebreaker. We'll see.